All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to tackle something that, let's face it, a lot of folks would rather avoid thinking about.
Yeah, not exactly the most cheerful topic, right?
Not exactly, but important nonetheless. We're talking about long-term care, those costs that can really sneak up on you as you get older.
Absolutely. And the thing is, ignoring it won't make it go away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today we're digging into a solution that's gaining a lot of traction, hybrid long-term care insurance.
That's interesting stuff.
And to help us break it all down, we've got insights from the experts at Diversified Insurance Brokers. Stick with us as we figure out if this hybrid approach might be the right fit for you.
So right off the bat, what's really interesting about hybrid long-term care insurance is how it addresses this big fear people have with traditional long-term care policies.
Oh, you mean that feeling of what if I pay all this money and never end up using it? Like throwing money down the drain.
No. Exactly. That use it or lose it anxiety. And, with traditional policies, if you never need long-term care, that money you paid in premiums is basically gone. Poof.
Makes sense. So with hybrid, you're saying there's sort of a built-in guarantee, even if you never actually need the care.
That's the beauty of it. You're guaranteed some kind of return on your investment, so to speak.
Okay, so it's like a win-win. But I gotta ask, how does this whole hybrid thing actually work?
Well, from what I've learned from diversified insurance brokers, these hybrid policies cleverly combine a long-term care coverage with either a life insurance policy or an annuity.
So it's kind of like a two-for-one deal.
You got it. A safety net with a little something extra built in, right? And the neat thing is there are different types of combinations depending on, well, what you need and what your financial goals are.
Give me an example.
Sure. So you could have a hybrid policy that combines long-term care with a whole life insurance policy.
And what does that give you?
Well, that gives you that guaranteed death benefit for your beneficiaries, a nice little legacy, even if you don't end up needing the long-term care.
I see. So your family's protected either way.
Yep. Or another option could be combining it with a fixed annuity.
Right, right. Those annuities. Aren't those the things that can give you like a steady stream of income in retirement?
You got it. And they have the added bonus of growing tax deferred. So again, it's about tailoring the combination to your specific needs and goals.
This is really interesting. Now, something else diversified insurance brokers mentioned caught my attention. They said these hybrid policies often have a simpler underwriting process.
That's a big one, especially for folks who might have some, health concerns.
Because let's be real, getting older sometimes comes with a few bumps in the road health-wise.
Exactly. And with traditional long-term care insurance, the underwriting can be, well, how do I put it? Intense. They do a deep dive into your medical history. Could involve lots of exams and paperwork.
Sounds like a hassle.
It can be, but hybrid policies, they tend to have a more, how can I say, relaxed approach. They might not look at as many health factors or have such strict requirements because, well, the long-term care part is only one piece of the whole policy pie.
So it's less about nitpicking every little detail and more about the overall picture.
That's a good way to put it. Makes it way easier for people to qualify, even if they have some, pre-existing conditions.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not just about long-term care. It's about getting this comprehensive package that takes a more holistic view, right?
Absolutely. It's about the whole you.
Okay, but let's be honest. Every rose has its thorn. What are some downsides that diversified insurance brokers pointed out? We got to keep it real.
Totally agree. And you're right, no financial product is perfect. One thing to consider is the upfront cost.
You mean it costs more right out of the gate?
Yeah, that's one potential drawback. Hybrid policies can be a bit more expensive upfront compared to traditional long-term care insurance. You are, after all, paying for that dual benefit, that coverage, and the guaranteed return. Gotta weigh that in.
Makes sense. So it's about balancing that upfront cost with the long-term benefits.
Exactly. Another thing to think about is that the long-term care benefits themselves might not be as extensive as what you'd find in a standalone policy.
Okay, so like what do you mean by that?
Well, for example, the daily or monthly benefit amount you receive might be a bit lower, or the benefit period might be shorter. Just something to keep in mind.
It's like choosing between a deeper pool with fewer diving boards or a shallower pool with more options, right?
That's a great analogy.
But hey, that's why working with someone like diversified insurance brokers is so important, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, wading through all the details of these hybrid policies can be, well, a little overwhelming if you're trying to do it all by yourself, like trying to assemble furniture without the instructions, right?
Been there, done that. Not fun.
Exactly. But with diversified insurance brokers, they can really hold your hand through the process. They'll help you understand the different types of policies out there, look at your specific needs, and guide you towards the best option for you.
So they kind of act like that missing instruction manual.
Huh. You could say that. They break down the complexities, compare costs, and make sure you're making a well-informed decision. You're not alone in this.
That peace of mind is priceless. So now let's shift gears a bit and talk about who would actually benefit the most from this kind of insurance.
Great question.
Diversified insurance brokers mention that it's particularly appealing for folks who, well, they're not crazy about that use it or lose its aspect of the traditional policies. But are there other things to consider when deciding if hybrid is right for you?
For sure. It's important to connect this to the bigger picture.
Go on, I'm all ears.
So, think about someone approaching retirement. Maybe they have some significant savings. Maybe they've worked hard and built up some assets.
They've got that nest egg they want to protect.
Exactly. They want to make sure they're covered if, they ever need long-term care. But they also want to leave something behind for their kids, their loved ones.
Pass on that hard-earned legacy.
Exactly. And that's where hybrid policies shine. They let you do both. You can ensure you're covered for potential care needs while also having that death benefit that guarantees your heirs will receive a payout, even if you don't need the long-term care.
Wow, that's a powerful point. So it's almost like a double layer of security. You're taking care of yourself and your loved ones.
That's the idea. It's all about that peace of mind, knowing you've made a responsible choice no matter what the future throws at you.
Being prepared, come what may.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And going back to what we talked about earlier, having diversified insurance brokers in your corner can make all the difference. They'll help you weigh those pros and cons, look at all the different policy options, and make sure you're getting the right coverage for your specific situation. They take the guesswork out of it.
No more tossing and turning at night worrying about the what-ifs.
Exactly. Sleep soundly,
Yeah.
knowing you've got things covered.
So for anyone out there feeling overwhelmed by the whole long-term care planning thing, remember, hybrid insurance offers a really unique solution. It's definitely worth exploring,
I agree.
especially if you're looking for a policy that goes beyond just coverage and gives you that guaranteed return and peace of mind for you and your family.
Couldn't agree more.
And hey, if you want to learn more about how hybrid long-term care insurance can help you secure your future, reach out to diversified insurance brokers. They're the pros.
Solid advice.
Well, folks, that about wraps up our deep dive for today. Remember, planning for the future, especially long-term care, doesn't have to be scary or confusing.
Nope, not with the right help.
With the right information and guidance, you can make informed decisions that give you peace of mind so you can enjoy life's journey.
Well said. Enjoy the ride.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring those options that help you live your best life.